I'll just turn him so you can see his hips. He wouldn't sit down. Okay, so little Abdullah is in the water now, and as you can see, the water level rose because his body displaced the water, and now it is at a comfortable shoulder level. Of course, you can always add a little more if you want to. He likes it at this level. He also likes to chew on my finger. He's starting to teeth. So the important thing is to always keep one hand either under their chin or near their cheeks, just to keep their head from falling into the water. He has pretty good control over his head, so I might actually take my hand off of him at times. When he was younger, doing the bath with him, we started using this bath at 6 weeks, and of course the early weeks you have to be very careful to keep their head above the water level. So as you can see, he's curled into a nice fetal position, and his feet are kind of pulled up, and he's definitely comfortable in the warm water, being completely submerged, which is a contrast to the flat, long baths where only part of his body would be underwater at one time. And it's kind of a struggle to keep the babies warm in those long baths. Right? So first I'm just going to put some water on his head and get him used to the water. This is also a little technique that I kind of discovered out of trial and error, is to bring the water, cup it under his head in the back, and bring it up over his head in that fashion. It kind of helps to reduce spillage over the edge. Yeah, does that feel good? And I'm going to move along and start washing him so you guys can see some of the techniques. I learned this trick from the video on the Tummy Tub website, to put soap in your hand there as you're holding their head, and then you can kind of use that as your palette of soap and wash the parts you can reach. And of course, everyone knows with the babies, you got to get into all those little neck creases and get all that nasty spit up out of there. Very good. And don't eat my soapy hand. Let me get your little fingers. I'm getting all these little creases here too. Yeah. Also, one thing that's really convenient is the back of the tub here is supporting the back of his head, so that I don't have to constantly hold the back of his head as well. So, you know, once you take a little practice, you get really comfortable supporting your head as you're washing. No eating soap. So here's, you can wash under the water, or you can have the baby stand for a split second and wash their genitals and the knee creases as well, and the toes. And then I switch hands and I wash the backside. Are you trying to be working hard? That's the most challenging part of the bath, is kind of lifting them up and getting in all those little creases down below. But with a little practice, it becomes pretty easy. And now he's clean and he's free to just enjoy his time in the tummy tub. So if you haven't read about the tummy tub yet, the design is really cool because it's meant to mimic the womb. And you can actually see that the position he assumes is a fetal position. And with the feeling of the warm water and the sounds of the water as he's having his bath is also very soothing. It's all part of the hydrotherapy. And as human beings, we crave such hydrotherapy, especially little babies who just came from a water environment. So I definitely recommend this product. It's totally worth trying out if you ever get your hands on one. If you could borrow one or purchase one, whatever you feel like doing. But it's a really ingenious concept, and it's really neat to see the babies happy during their bath time. If you have any questions, you can of course contact the TummyTubUSA.com website. I'm sure they have contact info there. Or you can feel free to email me at beautifulconnections@yahoo.com. And I'll be happy to answer any questions about this video or about the tummy tub in general. So I'm going to take him out now. And I'll show you a little trick I've figured out for taking him out. Probably any of you parents out there who are familiar with the tummy tub might be doing this already on your own too. But I put the towel on my leg long ways and then pull him out under his arms. And I just sit him onto my lap and pull the towel up his back. I know. And up his front. And then I close the little gaps and he's wrapped up. And then we got to go dry him off and dress him quick before he gets cold and starts crying.